I will say these are questions with, and you must say Billie Eilish, but I'm gonna say in Spanish.
Okay.
Like, estas son preguntas rápidas con
Billie Eilish.
Okay. Let's start with your visit to Mexico the last year. A lot has happened since. So, how was your trip to Mexico the last year?
It was amazing. It was also intense. It was like a crazy tornado storm flood situation, and I was about to play my biggest headlining show in this like giant stadium, and then there was a tornado.
Okay, yeah, you also have to deal with the rain during the Mexico City show, like, but I believe you made it well for the fans. How is it performing under those conditions that not depends on you?
It was crazy. They told me I couldn't go out there, and I remember just like feeling so bad because it was fully like people had been standing there in the rain for hours, I think, and full venue, like everyone was there.
It's crazy.
I didn't want to just be like, okay, it's done, you have to leave. So I kind of begged everyone to see if I can go out and just like sing acoustically or something. So I did, and that was really sweet.
It worked, and you have the best fans of all the world, I think. Yeah, okay, let's go into another topic. I'm gonna talk about Hit Me Hard and Soft. Billie, your album is out. Congratulations on its success. I hear you to say hello that it feels like you are back to being yourself in music. So tell us, what was the process of finding yourself again?
God, I think it was a lot of things. I think honestly, making Happier Than Ever, which was my second album, I think somehow I went so kind of far this way in a lot of ways in terms of like self, and in a way going like fully the other way made it easier for me to come back around to my like original who I was. So I think that without my second album and everything that I did in like 2021 and 22 and touring for a whole 2 years, like, and everything, I think helped me remember who I was. And like, I learned so much in that period of time too. And I think that I've just like grown up a lot. And I think that what happens is while you're growing up, you try stuff out and you see what works for you and what feels like you and what feels right and wrong. And I think that I'm just like growing up, and I feel like I really know myself now. And I think that with this album, I was getting to know myself, and I think that I was almost like the music was like ahead of me, even. Like the music knew me before I knew me, in a way.
Oh, crazy. And there is anything that Phineas and you did differently this time around while creating your album?
Different. I think the most different thing was I do a lot more than I used to. I think that when I was just starting out and we were first working, I was like, I really didn't like making music, and I really would kind of try to avoid it at any cost. And I think now I really enjoy it, and I'm better at it. And so it used to be that Phineas was up at the computer and he was doing stuff, and I was like sitting somewhere on a couch. And on this album, it was like both of us at the computer and both of us doing, you know, kind of the same amount and doing very different things. But then also like he would like leave the room and I'd do all my own vocals, and then comp them all together and then add this and that. And I did some production stuff on this album, and it was just like I think it was the most collaborative we've been thus far.
In another topic, Billie, do you like anime?
Anime? Yeah.
Yeah. Chihiro is another of the highlights of this album. The song is amazing, and it's a reference of the classic Ghibli studio movie, no? So, what is the story behind this song?
Well, when we were just making stuff up. We were making a little beat that Phineas had made, and I was just singing along to it, and I said some lyric that I thought reminded me of Spirited Away, and then that was inspiring to me, and then I kind of just sat there coming up with all these verses that were inspired by the movie and the characters, and then kind of landed on the main character, this little girl, Chihiro. I landed on these lyrics being based on like from her perspective, and then wrote that whole song, and it's pretty much fully about that. It's like got little pieces of my own life and my own things, and it's like kind of vaguely Spirited Away, but it was written about it.
I have never seen any movie of Studio Ghibli. Can you recommend me one?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, Spirited Away is really good. Totoro is really good. Howl's Moving Castle is really good. Ponyo is really good. Anyway.
We already talked about Chihiro. I want to talk about one song that I love, that it's Birds of a Feather. It's crazy. Like, there is anything that maybe the fans don't know about Birds of a Feather?
Good question. Something my fans don't know. I mean, I feel like I've actually talked a lot about the things that they didn't know until now they do know. Mainly just that that was the song on the album that was the most, took the longest in terms of getting it right. I think everything else kind of figured itself out and we felt like they were done when they were done. And with Birds, it was always, for so many months, I was like, it's not good yet. We're not there yet. And what do we do? Because I don't like this and I don't, it was really challenging. We changed so many things and we re-recorded it. We changed lyrics and we changed production and vocals and never got it to sound right. And then the thing that did it was just taking a second and not listening for a second, coming back, taking away all of the stuff we added and just going back to how it kind of originally was. And that's how we ended up with it. So I love that song so much. I'm glad people are.
It's a statement to not release singles before your album.
Yeah.
Why did you decide not release any song before your album came out?
I just really wanted the album to speak for itself. And I didn't want any of the songs to be like astray. I didn't want them to be abandoned and be alone and have to speak for themselves. I don't know. It felt like they needed chaperones, and the chaperones were the other songs. And I also just wanted, for the listeners, I wanted them to be able to play the album when it came out and hear 10 brand new songs that they hadn't heard. And I didn't want anyone to have already heard one or two. I just thought it would be really powerful. And also just the way that we made this album was kind of meant to be listened to back without spoiling anything. I don't know. So it was really important to me, and I didn't think anyone would let me do it, and then they all did.
In Birds of a Feather, you say, I will love you till the day that I die. So what is a moment from the album that you will love until your very, very last day?
Wow. Yeah. I really think that I will love the whole album till I die. I really love it so much. I feel so incredibly proud of it in a way that I don't know, has kind of topped all other things musically. And I think that I love all the music that I've made, but this album just feels very much like mine. And it feels, I don't know, I worked so hard on it and I put so much into it. And I think I don't know, I think I worked harder on this one than anything else. And I just feel, I love it so much. I love it forever.
And what song would you show to someone who doesn't know Billie or Billie Eilish?
Yeah. I think off the album, I would probably show them. First, I might play Skinny.
Why?
It's a good intro. I don't know. I think it's like a good, simple, but straightforward piece. And it just kind of encapsulates me and Phineas as songwriters and musicians. And then I would probably play them like Chihiro. That's kind of why the album was like Skinny, Lunch, and Chihiro, and Birds. That's kind of the order, because I kind of thought if somebody had never listened to me before, that's a pretty good order of what I would play for them.
Okay, good. And from the very last question, let's go deepest. What song would you like to play at your funeral?
I knew you were going to say that. In the album? Or any song?
Any song, yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, there's an album called Listen by an artist called Listen that I really love a lot and have for years, and it's a very melancholic, very sad album. So that would be the sad route if I wanted to make people feel really sad that I died. But I could also play like Rick Astley.
Okay, damn. Okay, to finish, we have two gifts for you.
You do?
Yeah. The first one, my name is Devilex, and we have a DevilCap for you. Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah. Mira, it's the color of your...
Cute.
Yeah, I know. It's beautiful, no?
I love it.
Yeah.
These are Mark. Thank you so much.
And we have two another DevilCaps. They will look pretty good on you. Eso sería todo por hoy. Thank you very much, Billie, for this opportunity. I hope you enjoy your
I love him so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.